I'm out. And I'm already getting attacked. Everybody's already attacking me. You're a Democrat. You're a Fed. You know what my answer is now? Fuck you. Fuck you. I am in my era of I don't give a fuck anymore, okay? I'm seriously over it. Like, I am past it. I'm in my villain era. I'm in my era of I don't give a fuck. People are saying, you're a Democrat, you're a Fed. It's like, hey, asshole, we are at war with Iran, okay? Wake up. Like, trust the plan, vote for Trump. What are you, 8 years old? You can call me a Democrat. You can call me whatever you want. I'm playing both sides. Okay, we play both sides like Chanel. We're playing both sides. Democrat, Republican. I am going with whatever hates my enemies more. And right now, Republicans are my enemies. I want to destroy them. People say, well, but the Democrats are going to do all this stuff, and the Democrats, Republicans brought us to war in Iran. Period. End of story. I'm not listening anymore. You're not getting through. I will not be gaslit. And this is what people need to do. At a certain point, people are going to make up their minds. You're going to have to make your decision, okay? And a lot of people don't love this. I get DMs all the time. People say, you're making a big mistake. You're not going to... Make up your mind. You make your decision. I've made mine. I can only speak for myself. I am a citizen. I am an American. I have a vote. I'm not giving my vote to this treacherous administration. I'm not voting for the party that brought us to war in Iran, for Israel. I will never do that. Never. You can do whatever you want. If you have more tolerance for bullshit, hey man, knock yourself out. Another sucker is born every day. You want to vote for that because the Democrats are worse? Hey man, go for it. I'm not doing it. And to the extent that people are going to attack me on that basis and say, like I said, all the usual allegations, try to destroy my reputation, it's only because they're afraid of that outcome. They don't want white people to know their power. They don't want the base to know its true power. They don't want us to rise up and develop our own political consciousness and start fighting for our own interests. They want to keep us complacent, keep us asleep. You can be angry, but you got to keep voting. You can be upset, but you got to keep playing the game. I'm not playing the game. I don't play games. I flip over the table. I don't like what I'm getting. I flip over the table. I play a new game. And that's where I'm at right now. I have had it, and I'm going to do something about it. Aren't you tired of bitching? I've had it. Now I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to vote for the Democrats because fuck you. People are saying, we're going to go on Twitter and we're going to voice our dissent. That gets us nowhere. That's doing nothing. We tried that. We voted for this. Well, you voted for this in 24. It didn't work. So now I'm trying something else. I'm going to do something about it. And the more they panic, the more I know I'm doing the right thing. The more that people who are paid to lie to me call me out for this, the more I know I'm doing the right thing. People that are literally paid money under the table to peddle influence, soft money influence. These people are out there saying, hey, everybody, it's okay. As long as there's no boots on the ground, here's how we could still win. If people that are being paid to lie to my fucking face, sending my country into a war that we have no business fighting, if those people are telling me, oh, you're a Democrat plant, you're a Fed, well, then I know I'm in the right because those people are the fucking enemy.
I don't think I've ever seen Nick this visibly frustrated. And you could tell this Iran war is his breaking point. The whole time I thought he wasn't serious, that maybe he still liked Trump. He was still a little bit optimistic about Trump's presidency. More than immigration, more than policies, more than protection of Christian freedom. Seems like Nick is very serious about voting Democrat. On this channel, I've agreed with Nick on so many different points, but I'm not voting Democrat. I don't know about you guys. So the usual suspects are giving Nick pushback, calling him a double agent, calling him a Fed. So it looks like Nick's approach this time is, I am what you say I am. I said it yesterday, I'm in my villain arc right now. So it seems like Nick is very serious about voting Democrat and he's doubling down on it. And look, man, I get it. When we voted for Trump, we voted for no new wars. We did not want no war with Iran. We didn't want to lose no American lives.
They are the enemy. They hate you. They treat you with contempt. Contempt in every word. And you know what's funny? I've seen it. I've seen people that have defended this administration in a disgusting fashion. Whores with no dignity. Whores on their hands and knees with no dignity. It's filthy. It's disgusting. I think about people like Andrew Isker. This fat endomorphic idiot. He's been on Twitter for 2 years saying, got what I voted for. Oh, got what I voted for. I'm a fat idiot. I'm a fat, stupid goy. I'm a goy in abundance. And this guy has done nothing but cocksuck the administration since they got in. He has done nothing but make excuses, trust the plan, all the rest of it. I see this guy this weekend. He goes, you know what? I supported this administration, but I don't like this. He goes, I'm against the war with Iran. This doesn't seem good. And immediately he's getting attacked. Immediately he's getting attacked by all his own people. And I see him post on Twitter. He goes, look, guys, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a plan truster. I'm not a third worldist or a panikin. I've trusted the plan. Honest. I mean, I'm not a third worldist. I'm a heritage American. He goes, but I don't want a war with Iran. He's literally pleading with them. They flipped on him on a dime. That's who we're dealing with. It is a gaslighting psyop. All of it. I saw the same thing happen to Aiden. I saw the same thing happen to Aiden on X from AF Post. He's like Jeb Bush. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake until he finally decided it was a mistake. When we launched the war in Iran, he goes, you guys just don't get it. It's about China. This is great. And then within 2 days, he goes, I have a feeling we did this for Israel. You don't say. Oh, really? We invaded Iran for Israel? You don't say. If only someone was warning us. If only someone was warning us. But even him, and the same story. Now, Captive Dreamer is calling him out. Captive Dreamer calls out Aiden on X. You're a disloyal panikin. You're a disloyal R. And so, these people, they need to lose. I don't even care. They just need to lose. I don't care if the Democrats win. These people need to lose because they hate you. How much do you have to hate a person to lie to their face and tell them, I'm on your side, I'm working for you, I'm on your team, I'm a patriot. We just have to do this, and they're being paid to sell you something that will hurt you. How much do they have to hate you? I think they hate you even more than the Democrats do. Even the plan trusters are not spared from that. So that's why I say, I'm leaning in. I'm leaning in. I'm on lean and I'm leaning in. Yeah. My vote for the Democrats is a middle finger to the GOP. I don't care. Say what you want. People say that's a dumb idea. I don't care. That's what I'm doing. I've made up my mind. You have pissed me off royally, and that is now what I will do. And if they want to win in 28, you got to find somebody else. I will not vote for Vance. I will not vote for Rubio. They brought us this. You don't want to repeat this in 28? Give me somebody I can vote for. Give me somebody that's America first. Otherwise, give it to the Democrats. I'll flee. I'll go to Vietnam.
Wouldn't it be a plot twist if supporting the Democratic Party in the next election actually made the Democrats look very bad? The undecided voters, the people who wrongfully accuse them of being a Nazi, being a misogynist, those undecided voters turn away from the Democratic Party to see a Nick Fuentes be Democrat. But nothing surprises me nowadays. I don't think we should vote for JD Vance. So I am on board with Nick right there. He's a political industry plant. I don't trust him. You shouldn't trust him.
You look at okay, so we mainstreamed anti-Semitism and woke is dead and the discourse has changed and the people have woken up, and you look around and people are talking about astral projecting and aliens, and we're in a war with Iran regardless. Doesn't matter how unpopular these people get. Nothing ever changes. So 28 seems to be like the last dance. I'm going to be honest. If we don't get it in 28, I'm just going to go in exile. Like, seriously, if we don't get it in 28, you are going to see me in Vietnam somewhere. The young apprentice, the chosen one, will find me in the jungles of Vietnam. I've told this story before. I'll be there running a coffee shop. I'll be there running my donut shop. Sort of ironic, right? The Vietnamese came to America. They opened all the donut shops. I'm going to go to Vietnam and open one. And I'll just go and live another life. And one day in the future, Luke Skywalker, you know, the next chosen one, is going to come and find me. And they're going to say, tell me about the Groiper Wars. They're going to say, Groiper leader, tell me about the Groiper Wars. I'm looking for a great warrior. Do wars make one great? And I think that's, honestly, I think that's it. We're either gonna get our guy in 28. We're either gonna get our Caesar Augustus. He's either gonna take us all the way to the promised land and we're going to win or start winning, or I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm out. Like, forget about the Trump movement. I'm like going out of America. We had our fun. We liked Chicago and everything. But listen, there's just too much diversity here. Way too much diversity. Way too much crime. I don't want to get killed by a fucking tranny. You know, it's like at a certain point, it just becomes like not worth it. Every day you're rolling the dice. Am I going to get blasted by a black person in a Nissan Altima driving on the shoulder? Or you just drive into a neighborhood where you're the only white person. Being me, you walk outside the house, some transsexual shows up with a 3D printed gun and eliminates you, you know? So I'll just go to Mexico. I'm returning to tradition. You'll find me in the barrio. What is the bar? What is that, by the way? I don't know. You'll find me in Mexico. And I'll be having it, you know, my dollar will go a little further. I'll be living in a brutalist mansion. They have them down there. I've looked. Or Vietnam. And that'll be the end of that. But we're going to try one last time in 28. Anyway, I digress. I'm just joking a little bit. We'll play it by ear. I'm definitely going to have a backup plan, though. See what happens on election night. If it doesn't go our way, I'm on the first flight to Ho Chi Minh City, okay? And maybe he'll join me. No, I'm kidding. You're not invited. But anyway, so that's that.
Nick is right. Crime is through the roof, and you got people like Gavin Newsom, governor of California, that says there's no problem. There is no crime. Nick is saying 2028 is his last chance. Some rising star from the Democratic Party is going to shine, whether it be AOC or someone else that's pretty young, maybe in their mid-30s. I think they're just going to shock everyone. I think there may be a new person on the scene. I think someone's going to have an overwhelming support in the Democratic side, and it's going to be a brutal toe-to-toe matchup in the next election with J.D. Vance.
So they're saying it out loud. They're saying, if we can't get Iran to capitulate, we'll send in a ground force. Trump says, I'm not ruling that out in principle. And Hegseth says, we may not invade like we did in Iraq. Maybe we'll do a smaller force, maybe special forces. But Hegseth, too, says we're not going to rule it out either. That seems to be the only possible alternative. If you're not able to drop bombs enough to get them into submission and they're going to hand over their missiles and their nuclear program and make peace with Israel, someone's going to have to go in and kill them. Some force on the ground with guns is going to have to go in and do this intense fighting to actually raid these facilities, raid this. And here's the problem. This is a country 3 times the size of Iraq. So we had an invasion force of 200,000 invade Iraq in 2003. And that country is 1/3 the size. And not only that, Iran is all mountains and desert. So it's a mountainous country, 3 times bigger than Iraq, population 3 times bigger. And they're telling us we're going to need a force that is smaller. It's going to be less complicated. It'll take less time. How does that even make sense? You deploy American troops. What exactly is the plan here? Okay, we dropped all these bombs. Newsflash, they're still standing. There's still 200,000 Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and they're not giving up. Okay, what do you do now? Well, we're going to send in a ground force. We're not ruling that out. And what are they going to do? Seriously, how are you going to go in there short of 500,000 soldiers? How are you going to go in and invade? And where and when? And what does that even look like? And by the way, what happens then when Americans start dying? So Americans land on the ground, and all of a sudden they're getting shot with shoulder-launched rockets, and they're getting blown up with IEDs, and Iran is going to change their tactics into a defense of the homeland. Repel the invader. There's going to be no collaborators on the ground. They're going to want the Americans out. So now the country is disintegrating, okay? The people are not able to get food and water and critical infrastructure. Everybody's trying to flee. You probably have a refugee crisis coming imminently. With the IRGC being decapitated over and over again, law and order breaks down. Then you've got Americans in there. What is happening in this country? Well, it's going to completely destabilize. It's going to totally come apart. Is there a civil war between different factions? Maybe you have an IRGC remnant, and then you have U.S. loyal opposition, and then you have Kurds, and what does that look like? And then again, what exactly have we gotten ourselves into? Are we now going to have thousands of Americans dying, trying to put Iran back together in a civil war, trying to rebuild some semblance of law and order? What exactly are we on the hook here for?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are fearing. We do not want to get boots on the ground war against Iran, even though we would win. But it's just too costly of American lives if we do that. Boots on the ground, that's just a very old technique. Amphibian landing. Modern 2026 warfare is all hitting people indirectly, missile launching. Ground games just get too messy, and yeah, we just don't want American lives to be lost. How many times I gotta say it? We got no business in the Middle East.
Mad Dog Merrick sent $20. Hypothetically, if the community raised enough money to start an America First party, would you be supportive of Thomas Massie as our nominee? Do you think he'd be a good pick for that position?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. We need a hostile takeover of the GOP. This whole third party thing, do you know how much money it costs to get on the ballot for a third party? Like millions of dollars. Many millions of dollars to get ballot access. It's not a walk in the park, and I've always been very skeptical of third party. And even the Thomas Massie thing, I like him, but he's not the guy. I don't want to do some nicky-knack protest candidate. I want fucking Hitler. I want Caesar in the flesh, okay? I want something real that is actually going to take us across the Rubicon. I don't want no offense, some nerd who is like a libertarian and whatever. That guy's not presidential. And I like him, but he's clearly not Caesar. I want Caesar. I want Napoleon. I want Alexander. I'm not settling for anything less. And I want a Republican. If Trump could do it, someone else could do it. We don't need a third party. And I don't like the third
Based
party.
Crusader sent $20.
Yeah, third party is kind of pointless because people are just going to vote Democratic or Republican. And I see Thomas Massie get a lot of traction. A lot of people do want him for presidency, but it's for the same reason. I've heard Dan Bilzerian, Sneeko, other people do talk about Thomas Massie, and the main thing is that he opposes Israel. I think a lot of people are obsessed with the fact that they really want a political candidate. They want a political candidate that is anti-Israel. That's an uphill battle in itself. With Zoran winning the mayor race and being anti-Israel to a certain degree, kind of gave a lot of people hope, saying it's a start, that we're going to have some more anti-Israel that don't accept AIPAC money or other lobbying groups. I personally just want somebody who's going to put America first, America's people first, over everything else. You know, we got our own. You think Nick is serious about voting Democrat, or you think he's still trolling? I don't know. I think he's kind of serious. So let me know in the comment section. Peace.